Is that a rhetorical question?
No. It's the real deal. Duggar's giving me the countdown here. Hey, good evening, everyone. Welcome to wonderful Crawfordsville Athenian Complex tonight, where your Crawfordsville Athenians are going to be taking on the Tiger Cubs from Greencastle. First game of the season for the good guys in blue and gold. This is Aaron Wendell, and I'll be coming to you tonight with the help of Mr. Jeff Nelson. He's going to be running the stat board over there, and I'll give you the play-by-play, and hopefully we'll get to watch a good game tonight.
Should be a combination of the two. You get the names, I'll get the numbers, and we'll give our viewers the old what for tonight, huh?
Sounds like a plan to me. So the captains are out on the field right now. We're getting ready for the coin toss. We've already had the national anthem. So just a brilliant night here in Crawfordsville. Not a cloud in the sky. Bright sun coming at us.
Right in the window as we get ready for kickoff. So
So a little bit warm tonight, but other than that, great night for some football.
Yes, indeed. Good night to kick off high school football, not only here but all the way around the state of Indiana. Everybody's getting Friday night frenzy in action, I guess. So it's a little warm. It was 85 or 86, I think, was as warm as it got today. But probably get a water break or two early on. I've covered a little bit of soccer already this week, and the officials were giving guys or gals, an extra water break or two just to keep them hydrated. So, okay.
Yep. So on the odd shot that this comes through later, I guess we're dealing with a little bit of camera technical difficulties. Our picture is frozen. Ran away from 54 there, it looked like, for the Athenians. Manson Simmons.
Yep, we'll give him 5 yards on that carry. It'll make it 3rd down and 3 from about the 12-yard line.
Coach Welliver tells us that we're back on the air, so if you're tuned in live, hopefully you got a good picture going and pick things up. The Tiger Cubs have been on a pretty sustained drive here, started at their own 29-yard line.
9th play of the drive coming.
It's been all on the ground, only one even attempt at a pass, and the quarterback ended up pulling that down and tucking it for a 7-yard gain. And finally have got them now to where they haven't moved the chains on 3 plays or less. We've got them at a 4th down, so maybe we're going to be with this bend but don't break philosophy here. Ball just shy of the 10-yard line. 4th and a short yard, we'll call it. Be a big stop for the good guys if they could knock him backwards here.
And the 10th play of the drive coming. Big early play for both teams.
Oh, the ball's bobbled. Is the ball still on the ground, and the Athenians recover it. Nice job. But that would be number 44 ended up coming up with the ball for the Athenians. Peyton Busenbark. Nice job by Jacob Weimer, the sophomore. Nice job by Weimer, keeping his head up and looking for the greasy pig there. So that's a huge break for Crawfordsville there on the 10th play of the drive. They snapped the ball shotgun, the Tiger Cubs do, and I don't even think it made it to the quarterback. Went over.
No, it may have touched his fingers, but it went high over his head.
So big break. The Athenians line up in almost a trips option or a loaded backfield there. Not quite the old-fashioned wishbone that we're used to seeing. Power T, some guys call it, but go to the run and just for a short gain there, it looks like, for the Athenians, if any.
Aaron, did you see who ran that ball?
I did not get a number, Jeff.
Okay.
It's the same set.
Who?
Inside handoff. Gurdy's with the ball carrier there and takes it forward for 2 to 3 yards on the inside handoff. So 3rd down and long for the Athenians. So Cale McCarty, the sophomore, and at quarterback, calling a play here. So, Crawfordsville calls a timeout there. Had a little trouble getting the play in, looked like. Timeout here, so with just under 7 minutes to play. Score tied 0-0. The Tiger Cubs sustained a long drive, got it all the way down to the 10-yard line, and then on 4th and 1, tried the snap back to the quarterback in the shotgun and snapped it over his head.
Yeah, it wasn't the first time that Greencastle had run the short snap back from the center, so it wasn't like it was, they tried something different. Just the snap just went straight up in the air instead of right back to the quarterback's hands, and he had no chance on it, and then the ball, as footballs will do, bounce the wrong direction, and Crawfordsville eventually fell on it.
Yeah, so chalk that one up to early season nerves there. First 4th down of the season. Big play, but the Athenians come up on the catch the lucky break on that. So see if they can do something with that here. It's 3rd down and long. I don't know. The running game hasn't looked too effective, but we'll see. Maybe they can break one loose here.
Okay, back here as the Athenians face a 3rd down and 8.
Got to come up with a big 3rd and 8 here on your first offensive series of the season, so you don't want to be kicking the ball back away from your own end zone.
No, this would be a... And the other thing is you want to give your defense a little bit of a break after being out there for 10 straight plays.
Yep.
Could be there if he gets the corner.
Latre.
Nice job by McCarty holding on the ball to the last possible second and makes a nice flip out to Latre. And depending on the spot here, they do go ahead and chalk it up. 1st down. Nice job by the line, giving McCarty a little bit of a lane there and keeping able to keep the Tiger Cubs from crashing in the backfield there.
Well,
so
he just made enough. But that's all he has.
Yep.
Touch the ball on the chain.
10 yards, all it takes. So.
Yes, indeed. 8-yard run on that one. 1st and 10 from the 24-yard line, out of your own negative red zone.
Yeah. So a little bit of a pistol there. I think we had too many guys in motion.
More than one is too many.
So a little bit of miscommunication there. McCarty had to send the tailback in motion, and I don't think the other guy on the far sideline had come set yet. So
no,
not CFL rules.
That's good. First penalty of the season goes against the offense and gives the Athenians now 1st and 15 from their own 19-yard line.
Well, this is one where you want to minimize mistakes. First game of the season, give yourself the best chance to win. So same set. McCarty sends the guy in motion. Not sure.
First guy through got the ball, but McCarty took a blast.
Yeah, that was borderline unnecessary roughness there because he clearly did not have the ball. So
Gerties gets the carry, and he'll pick up. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage is about all he's going to do.
Say maybe a yard if you're generous.
I'm not that generous yet.
So on 2nd down and 13.
2nd down and 13 for the Athenians.
Again, you're going to go with Laos backfield. Takes the high.
McCarty.
I don't think that's what they had drawn up on the sideline, Jeff. That didn't go for much there. It looks like something else was supposed to happen, and McCarty decided just to pull the ball down and try and
I think somebody spun the wrong direction. When you got 3 running backs behind you, and then they all end up going in a different direction, you got nobody to hand the ball off to. That's 3 less blockers that you've got. So McCarty's just lucky to get back to the original line of scrimmage, so that sets up 3rd and 15.
So you would think the either some type of trickeration, maybe a pass play here. Cam Saunders split out towards here, number 5 for the Athenians.
The leading receiver back from last year.
Nice job. And I think he got the first down. Gerties, nice job staying on his feet there after the initial contact. Had a little lane to squirt through there, made the most of it.
Out to the
couldn't wrap him up.
37, out to the 37. It's a gain of 18 and another first down.
Nice job. kind of tempted fate here with going with the 3rd and long 2 times in a row, but good resilience by the Athenians, just basically determined that they're going to get a first down one way or another.
I think Greencastle's defense was had so convinced themselves it was going to be a pass that they just did not see the old kind of mini Statue of Liberty play there.
They're trying to force that inside handoff, and the interior of the Tiger Cub line is just going to have none of it, so they actually drive them back for a loss of...
Yeah, Gertis faced a blitzing linebacker coming up who plugged that hole in the middle and caused him to lose a couple of yards. But the Athenians have been able to sustain the drive, and as you mentioned, Aaron, early, put the defense on the sidelines for a little while to get a breather.
Give those guys a break.
Yep.
So yeah,
good thing. Nobody on the line. Crawfordsville's got nobody on playing both ways on the line.
There's Bacardi trying to go kind of off tackle there again with that. It's kind of a sweep play there, option play. Decides to pull it down and run with it, and gets it back to the original line of scrimmage.
Third and 10.
3rd and 10.
Ninth play of this drive coming for Crawfordsville after the Tiger Cubs took a 10-play drive down before turning it over.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a difference on yards per play, though. Here.
Yes. Blitz?
No. Just basically the Tiger Cubs are saying we're gonna force you to either try to get it outside or throw it over the top of us here. So makes it 4th down and long 12, 13.
12, 13. Gerties loses 3.
Saunders back to punt. Oh, wobbly snap, but he gets it. Decent punt. Touches down the 36-yard line and promptly bounces out of bounds. So, official right there on it.
A 30-yard punt right on the nose.
So, 2:55 left in the first quarter. Tied at 0. Both teams have had 10 plays to try and do something and have come up empty-handed. The Tiger Cubs have had what do we got going on here? We got just have a holding penalty. Going to force them to kick it again.
Oh, yes.
Didn't see that.
Well, it wasn't a holding penalty because it's only a 5-yard mark-off.
Something weird happened. Yep. I missed the call.
May have been a procedure call. I was looking down to write the stats down and didn't see a flag fly. We'll have to go back on the replay.
Now we got a guy running on the field snapping his helmet. That guy's mouthpiece in. All right, he's good to go. No whistles, no flags. That's tipped. Oh, so that ended up being a 10-yard benefit for 5-yard penalty. Ended up being a 10-yard gain for the Tiger Cubs. That one was not as good a kick and tipped on top of it. So
24. Yep. So a net of 6 by the time it's all said and done.
The Tiger Cubs will take over at the 47-yard line. Playing with the short field, I don't know. See if the defense with the fresh legs up front there, maybe they can force the Tiger Cubs into a little bit different scheme so far. It's been basically pound them on the inside and then try and race around the outside. This is a pass. Costin rolling out. An incomplete pass. Nice pressure there by 19, Trayvon Hall coming at him, so didn't quite break free soon enough. Costin still able to get the pass off, was not able to hit the man. Receiver had a step on the DB, but wasn't able to get a good throw.
Early in the season, there's so many things you just can't practice over and over and over again. Rolling out under pressure, trying to hit the man who probably is a step behind off his pattern because he got held up at the line, just threw the timing off on that play.
Yeah, running his split backfield, man in motion. That's that inside handoff.
Second man.
So,
guessing this will be fate. It has been consistent. Yep, 25. That is his 6th carry. We're going to give him 3. That'll give him 29 yards on the day. Oops, they spotted it back. My bad. Only 2 yards.
Yep. So much better by the Athenians defending that play. They've seen it probably 6 or 7 times now, it seems like. So hopefully they're catching on.
Third and 8. This would be a good place for a big stop, Aaron.
Yep. Absolutely. Defense got to step up right here. It's going to be pass all the way. People open, yeah. So he's still dancing down the sideline. Finally, 81 knocks him out of bounds. I think we're probably lucky that Costa didn't see number 7, Dakota Campbell, wide open over the middle of the field there. He decided to go with the more sure pass to the tight end coming down on the crossing pattern there.
Pick up a 36 yards on 3rd down. So big play offensively for the Tiger Cubs. Goal to go. Excuse me, red zone.
Huge play.
Yep.
Greencastle, second time they've been in the red zone.
So ball sitting right at the 15, it looks like.
This is 25 fade again.
54 threw the saddle on him there for the Athenians. Manson Simmons, the sophomore, 250 pounds, wrapped up the running back, wrestled him to the ground.
Gain of a couple, 2nd and 8. Fate 7 for 30 now on the ground. Tiger Cubs right at 100 yards overall offensively, but neither team on the scoreboard.
High snap again, but he's able to snare it. Oh, it had him wrapped up in the backfield and weren't able to bring him down. Short gain on the play. The Athenians able to wrestle him down after he squirted forward to the 10-yard line. But they had him deep there for a loss and was able to just kind of wiggle away there.
Campbell picks up 2 by the time he regains his footing and gets forward. Sets up 3rd down and 6.
Let it run out or not, it's down to 19.
As 15 seconds left in the first quarter. Looks like Tiger Cubs are not going to try to run one more play. Just a slight difference between the play clock and the game clock.
Well, history repeating itself just a little bit, Aaron. The last year in this first game at Greencastle, it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter. Just a reminder, though, Crawfordsville ended up on the short end of that final score stick, 27-20. Greencastle scored twice in that second quarter, so big defensive stands coming up now. The Athenians see if they can keep the Tiger Cubs out of the end zone one more time.
Yeah, this is an opportunity here to, again, for the defense to step up. Gave up the big play on 3rd down, and so they've got to try to right the situation here, get a good stop. It's 3rd down and 6. So not sure what kind of kicking game the Tiger Cubs would bring, but you would think they would probably try to go for 3 if they can get a good stop here.
Indeed. Get a couple quick first quarter stats here and one quick second.
Let you work the pencil over there. And
pen, there you go. The Tiger Cubs ran the ball for 63 yards. Crawfordsville 25 yards in their first quarter. McCarty did not attempt to pass for Crawfordsville. Costin was 1 for 2 for 36 yards. So a total of 99 yards on the ground, in the air and on the ground for Greencastle, 25 for the Athenians. 4 first downs for Greencastle, 2 for Crawfordsville. 2 penalties against the Athenians, none for Greencastle in those first 12 minutes of play.
What was the second penalty? I know we had the one on the punt.
The first one was an offensive procedure.
Oh, that's right.
Yep,
the 2-minute motion.
Yep.
That's right. So the Tiger Cubs lining up there. Ball sitting just outside the 10-yard line. 3rd down and 6 to go.
6 to go. Heading to the other side of the sun angle now.
Yeah. Snap. Inside handoff again. Oh, he's going to go all. He gets the first down. Now they got to keep him out of the end zone. They do wrap him up and stop him just just shy. Looks like they're going to be about the 3-yard line, so easily gets the first down.
Fate on that second handoff through. He's a second man through. Sometimes cuts to the right. He hasn't had a lot of luck there, but when he cuts to the left like he did on that last play, has found some pretty open holes. Goal to go from the 3-yard line after a gain of 8 yards.
Yeah, first down for. So the Tiger Cubs will get 4 shots at the end zone here. Oh, nice job wrapping him up in the backfield. Who was that? Came through there basically uncontested for the Athenians. 75. Flip it over here. Chavez, John Chavez, the junior for Crawfordsville, came through completely untouched. Just about could have picked the ball off.
Yep.
On the flip from the quarterback. So nice job there.
Loss of 3 on that. So now the Tiger Cubs have 6 yards to work at.
That's a big play for the Athenians there. Shotgun again. Looking to throw the ball. Scrambles. All kinds of guys chasing him. He's got a path. They got to wrap him up. Looks like, yep, he does fall forward. So, unfortunately, lost contain there. Good coverage by the Athenians. Costin had nowhere to go with the ball and eventually just pulled it down and had a nice little lane and was able to get to the end zone there. So, good pursuit, good coverage. Just needed somebody to step up and contain him there at the line of scrimmage. So, Tiger Cubs strike first. 10:54 left in the second quarter. 6-0. But they are going to attempt the extra point kick. Getting all the personnel on the field here.
8 plays, 53 yards, 3 minutes and 30 seconds on that drive.
Kicks up and is good. So 7-0.
It is Greencastle 7 and Crawfordsville nothing. You're listening to Gary High School Football. Under on a 3-point time.
So that puts the pressure on the Athenians to come back and try and even the score here. See if they can get some offense going. Had a little bit of success in the first quarter. See if they can continue that here in the second quarter. Would like to see a little bit more as far as the guys sustaining their blocks and able to get particularly the inside running game being a little more effective, and hopefully that opens up things on the outside for the option play that we're trying to run. And then from there you start to look for the toss sweeps and the play action pass, kind of the hot pass kind of a thing, little rollout pass. So free things up for McCarty there a little bit if we can establish that inside running game. What you don't want to do is get behind any more than this where you force, basically into passing situations all the time, and the Tiger Cub defenders then will just basically pin their ears back and come right after McCarty.
Right. The offense, the Crawfordsville's offense, is not a big come from behind type offense. You need to stay close, and get a stand once in a while. You can't come up and say, hey, we're 2 touchdowns, 3 touchdowns down. You can get a little tough. So you want to. The offense has been on the right side of things. They just got to get a couple more yards per play, get a couple more successes, and get down and answer this touchdown.
Yeah, certainly Crawfordsville has the athletes to be kind of a quick strike offense, but just not the way they're set up right now. Oh, mishandled by Bray there on the. Here we go. One guy to beat. Nice job by Bray mishandled the kick there, and it bounced back to. Who was that picked that up?
Was Latray.
Stephen Latray.
Yep.
Nice job by Latray. Picking up the loose ball and just barreling forward. He looked like a bowling ball coming down the near sideline there.
But like a penalty on the bowling team, somebody stepped on a line. There's a flag down at the 23-yard line. So that 41-yard kickoff return is going to almost all come back for naught.
Oh, goodness.
The referee threw the flag, and he's explained to Coach Getz what happened. Did not see a call, but
no, I did not.
Right there, it'll either be a hold or a block on the back.
Yeah, it takes it back to the 11th, so minus 40 yards. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a huge difference.
Yep.
Splits the wind out of your sails right there.
Yeah, you were going to start in Greencastle territory, and now you're starting in the other guy's red zone.
So again with the trips in the backfield. Gonzalez in motion for the Athenians over to the far sideline.
Pitch out to Weimer.
Looks like McCarty a little slow getting up there.
Well, he has taken a couple of wallops.
Yeah, that's
real wallops.
Yeah,
no gain for Weimer.
It's
somebody is supposed to hit the quarterback, and whoever was for Greencastle,
that was a big pop. I think that was number 40 there for Gavin Bowman, 6'6", 210, the sophomore.
There's a lot of him to put a whipping on a little sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, so say welcome to Varsity. Inside handoff again. Gertie's just driven backwards. That play is just not working there. I don't know if it's a technique issue or a personnel issue.
I don't.
Just the big guys, their big guys are beating our big guys.
Well, at this minute, Garen, I don't think it's a matter of anything other than that's been the standard play. Crawfordsville has run it so much now that Greencastle is saying we're just going to defend that play from the start. And when they run, you run right into the teeth of a lot of double teams. So you're just going to need to diversify a little bit. Loss of one makes it 3rd down and 11.
Stacking guys in the box there. Yeah, the linebackers are definitely, cheating inside for Greencastle there. Cardi just chucks the ball up and tries to have Gonzalez run underneath it. Pass incomplete. So makes it
4th and 11.
4th down and, long 11. So it would be Saunders will be punting from his own end zone.
Brings up 4th down, 39. Number 5, Cam Saunders in by kicker here. Number 7, Campbell. Back deep to return to the Tigers.
Good snap. Saunders. Wobbly kick. Might get a little bit of benefit on the roll. Stays in bounds. Nice roll there. Keep going all the way across the 50. Stops at the 49. So a bit of a worm burner out of the backfield there, but takes a nice roll. Stays in bounds. So the Athenians catch a break on that. That had potential to be. I think the ball probably touched down about the 35-yard line, but then rolled for another 16 yards after.
41-yard punt.
Take that all day. Give them a little bit of breathing room now. Here's what's ironic. This is where the Athenians would have started with their last drive if they had been for the penalty. So, defense going to have to step up here. You do not want to give up another cheap score. Little pistol configuration here for the Costin back to pass, straight back, scrambles, just about runs into the referee, flicks the ball just out of bounds. Really nobody in the area.
Well, it was an ineligible receiver. It was a guy on the sideline without a helmet. It was a nice catch, though.
Yeah, sure was. So, hey, we'll take it. No gain on the play.
Yeah.
So
2nd and 10.
Good job. Again, that's the second time in a row that the Athenians have had good coverage and forced Costin to do something else besides throw the ball. So we just need to get a little bit of pressure, a little bit of contain also. You'd like to see him not have that room to range all the way over to the sideline on that. Inside handoff again. A nice job by the defense. That was 54 and looks like 55. Nope. Is that 33? Is there 33? Yep. Barton. Yeah. So good job there by the little teamwork there by the D-line and the linebacker stuffing the play. That's starting to sniff that one out and be effective against it. Makes it 3rd long. Yep. Called a long 9 or short 10 for the Tiger Cubs. This would be a huge stop here. Pass all the way. And a pickoff. Nice job by Saunders, just back there basically playing center field. Ball was right to him, so nice job by Saunders staying focused and getting that ball and getting the turnover. So +1 right there. We'll take that. So actually +2 on the turnover.
That's a pick and a pickup. So
yeah, so we've got to capitalize on these turnovers. You know, most of the time when we talk about these games, particularly at the high school level, if you can win the turnover battle, it usually ends up for a win on the scoreboard. So let's see if we can make that one hurt. Blitz coming. McCarty flips it right away. Nice job, Gertie's. Oh, he's going. No flags. Big gain for Gertie's there. Found a nice seam and just tucked the ball and scooted around. What's that? Dang near 20 yards on that.
And actually, not to want to correct you, Aaron, but it actually was 23 Latreille that came around that corner.
Correct me all day.
No problems. It's first down, pickup of 16 yards.
Gertie's is 10. All right, I got to get my numbers straight here.
It's early for the broadcasters, too.
Yeah, we didn't get the preseason like they did.
Yes.
Oh, that's a ball on the ground. And I don't see who came up with it. Looks like the guys in blue might have been able to pick that one up. Nope, they're signaling for Greencastle. So, again, that was McCarty just taking a lick there when he was getting rid of the ball.
Yep.
He's gonna be sore tomorrow.
Number 47. Oh, 7.
So, unfortunately, after the turnover and the big gain on the first down, the Athenians cough the ball right back up and give it to Greencastle on the Athenian side of the field. 1st and 10 from about the 47-yard line. Penalty against the Tiger Cubs, illegal formation.
That'll be the first penalty of the ball game against Greencastle.
Moves them back 5 yards, so it'll be first down and 15.
In their own territory.
Yeah.
First and 15, ball at the 48-yard line.
So now it's first and 15. Ball back at their own 48-yard line.
Shotgun, only one back in the backfield. Handoff.
Fate. Late flag from behind. This comes where it's always holding.
Yeah, as I say, it was oddly enough, there was at least 3 of the Tiger Cub linemen just standing and watching the play, so it kind of narrows down who it was.
Yeah. And high school is a little different from the others now. You will give Fate 2 yards on his carry, and the hold happened at midfield, and that takes the ball back to the 40.
Okay. I'm glad you're up on the rules because I had a hard enough time following along with them even when I played.
That makes it first and 18 from the Greencastle 40.
Yeah, I prefer to keep it simple. See ball, get ball.
There you go.
Going to be a dump pass out there and throws it at the back's feet, so incomplete pass. Make it
intended for Campbell, number 7, I think, wasn't it?
Yeah, out of the backfield there. They ran a little misdirection. They went with the handoff and then tried to dump it to the back as he swung out of the backfield. That makes it second down and 23.
Greencastle ran the ball so well their first 2 possessions, and now they're kind of trying to throw the ball a little bit, Aaron. I don't know if they've seen something different defensively from Crawfordsville or if this is just part of their plan as part of the first week, saying, hey, we ran the ball in the first quarter, we're going to throw the ball in the second.
Yeah, they might have a script they're trying to stick to.
Yep.
Obviously dictated by game situation, but here's the inside handoff again. Now we sniffed it out last time, and here's an opportunity for the guys to make an improvement. Good contact, but not low, not driving through the running back. He was standing straight up and down, and we met him straight up and down, and his momentum carried him forward for about 3 more yards after the initial contact.
Yep.
So you've got to have your defensive linemen staying low, making a pile, and then your linebackers getting low and scraping off that pile. So
Fade ends up with 6 yards on that. Still sets up 3rd and long for the Tiger Cubs after 2 penalties. So this will be interesting to see if they'll try a long run or if they're going to put the ball up in the air. They've not had much success throwing the ball. One big play.
Greencastle wants to think about it, so they take a timeout with 6:53 to go in the second quarter, leading 7-0. So, little game summary: the Tiger Cubs got the ball, long drive all the way down to the 10-yard line. Athenians were able to hold them to 4th down. Shotgun snap went over the quarterback's head. Athenians recovered, took the ball, had a decent drive, and ended up having to punt. Got the ball back again. That didn't have much happen there. Then we just had Saunders with a second turnover for the Athenians. Had a nice interception, and then we had a nice run after it, and then turned around and fumbled the ball right back on the play after the big gain. So, kind of got a little sloppy here the last couple minutes. So 3rd down and 18 for the Athenians. Tiger Cubs line back up. Last time they're in this situation, the Tiger Cubs ran a little crossing pattern, a little out pattern to the tight end. Not the case this time. Only send 3 guys out. They're going to try the ball deep. The guy has a step, and the ball knocked down. Nice job by the Athenians with the over-under there. That was Bray on the underneath, and then who came over and knocked that down over the top there? That was perfectly defended by both the guys. Ball underthrown. The receiver had to step and just had to slow down and wait for it.
Exactly. That'll be the first Greencastle punt of the day. And this is Costin, 10, the quarterback.
He's going to kick the ball. And back, 2 guys back deep for the Athenians. One of them is 23, Latre. Can't get the number off the other guy. It's 84. They kick it his direction.
Out of bounds at 31, it looks like.
Ball's still.
No, it hit the out of bounds line.
Say the ball was actually never touched. From my angle, it never touched the side.
Oh, really? Okay, I thought it did. That's when I looked down.
That's why the clock still ran. You just heard the whistle now, but apparently something happened on the sideline there. I missed what happened. If one of the Tiger Cubs were upset about something going on the sidelines, the officials get into it there and try to figure out what was going on. I totally missed what happened. I was watching. The ball was just sitting there. It's still a live ball. So the Athenians could have actually picked that up and ran with it. Well, it's back live now. Blitz. Cardi decides to keep it inside. Nice job. Squirts forward for a gain of about 6 there. So he earned it. Nice job. There was, if he would have pitched the ball, really wasn't much happening on the outside there with the short side of the field. Always kind of puzzled when teams run the sweep or the option towards the short side. Never understood that.
Cardi 6 hard-earned yards right there.
So that young man, he's going to be sore tomorrow because if he's 155 pounds, I'm probably 275.
Yeah.
Keeps it again. Kind of the
looks like a 0 on that gain.
Yeah, basically a whole lot of shuffling and scraping, but the ball doesn't really go anywhere. So 3rd down and 4. So nice to mix it up here, see if they can establish that they're going to try to run the ball inside, but Greencastle has basically loaded the box and said, why don't you try something else?
Yeah. 8 guys in the box.
And a blitz.
Uh-oh.
Nobody, yeah. Little miscommunication there, so
Either McCarty or Latre turned the wrong direction.
Yeah, not good.
Loss of 2. That's got to be an awful feeling when you turn around and there's nobody to hand the ball to.
Yeah. So this will bring up a punting situation. 4th down and 6. Ball sits on the 33-yard line.
Yep, ball's on the 33.
Saunders back to punt. Still not a decent snap. Good kick. Oh, my gosh. That's a boomer. That's still rolling. 15. Takes a little turn toward. And he picks it up. He touched it. Oh, my goodness. He is so lucky. What an amazing decision by number 7. That would be Campbell. Wow. Not sure what he was thinking there, because even if he would have been able to hang on to the ball, the guy was basically on top of him.
That was a 53-yard punt before all the shenanigans started.
So I think they ended up, and ball actually squirted between his legs and went back even further.
Yeah, he lost another yard.
So that puts the ball deep in Tiger Cub territory.
On their own 13.
Yeah, so maybe a break for the Athenians here. The wobbly snap turns into an amazing punt. So see if we can stuff them back here and win the field position battle here for a change. Inside handoff again to 25.
Fate.
Yeah, nice job. So taking a little bit of notice from the Tiger Cubs. We're going to say, hey, we're going to load up the box and we're going to take away your inside run, force you to do something else.
No gain for Fate. 13 carries, 44 yards now for him.
So 2nd down and 10. Ball on the 13. Again, he's going to try to go outside. Oh, that's got to be holding. Seriously? Not holding? That looked like that was holding all the way on the tight end out there on the defensive end, but no flag thrown. So was that Fate was able to squirt up in there?
No, actually, that was the first carry for number 22, Buttery.
Buttery
takes it out to the 35-yard line for a gain of 22.
Big gain.
Number 22 for 22.
Buttery stays in the game. Inside handoff to Buttery. Flag.
Procedure, initial indication against the Tiger Cubs. Yep. Will be their 3rd penalty, all on the offense.
Yeah, that's just a mental mistake right there.
Yep. 1st and 15 from the 30.
I think if you're a coach, sometimes you can get away. You can get past an aggressive mistake, but something like that's just pretty much inexcusable at this level. Oh,
Costin
got to break down and had him in the backfield and was able to get past him. So
this will be a spot situation on whether or not it's a 1st down.
See, I think they're gonna spot it just short, actually.
Well, if it's on the line, it's a 1st down, and it's just on the line. So it's a gain of 15. Yep. And a 1st down.
Had him in the backfield, just didn't break down for the tackle, and Costin was able to squirt past him, and there was no contain at that point.
120 yards rushing now for Greencastle.
They've got it out to room 45. This drive started at their 13.
Pass all the way. Oh, wide open out in the flat.
Number 8 is Abe Wade.
5'8", senior from the Tiger Cubs, just wide open out in the flat. So basically ran off all the coverage and just flicked the ball out to him and let him do his thing. So pretty much
34 yards on that pass and run.
Yeah, only about 6 of it through the air. The rest of it Wade did on his own.
2 completions for 70 yards now for Costi.
Not a bad day at the office there.
No. Here's
inside
fake.
handoff again.
This is Buttery.
Giving Fade a break, apparently.
He's down to the 15-yard line, gain of 6. 2nd and 4, red zone.
Ball sitting right on the 15-yard line. Need to stop here.
Buttery again.
Nice. Oh, God, wrap him up. There we go. Nice tackle. Way to finish him off. So 2 guys had a shot on him at the backfield and were able to slow Buttery down just enough that the backer was able to come through and clean him up. So good pursuit there by the Athenians. Way to stay after the ball.
Also 1.
Greencastle takes their 2nd timeout. 1:22 to go here in the half. So,
yep, big 3rd down call coming here in the red zone, up by a touchdown.
You know, and the Athenians trying to do everything they can to keep this to a 1-score game.
Yeah, just a couple comparisons there. And rushing yards 125 over 43, passing yards 70 over 0. So, you know, the Crawfordsville has been to give them a lot of credit defensively. They've given up a ton of yards and only the 1 score. You know, it's. Well, the problem is that you can't keep doing that.
No,
you got a whole second half. Eventually, they're going to wear down enough. They're going to punch a couple more in.
That, and you've got the 2 turnovers to help you out also. And unfortunately, after the 1, we turned around and gave it right back to them. So,
yep.
Putting an awful lot of burden on your defense here. I agree with you totally, Jeff. The offense has got to step up in the second half and figure out a way to move the ball. So, just going to have to open it up here and try something.
Something that maybe you want to watch for, Aaron, because I know you watch some of the interior line work and some of that. You know, would a play action sort of thing, fake the guy running into the line and a quick swing pass to somebody on either sideline. You know, might be something that is in the pocketbook for the second half. Who knows?
Yeah, if you've listened to me on the broadcast before, I'm a big fan of the play action or the hot pass, and that's Buttery breaks it. Gets all the way down almost to the goal line, so a little delayed handoff there. Not quite a draw, but close to it, and is able to totally.
He's going to get 15 yards and a 1st down and a goal to go.
They're going to line it up and try and punch it in again, so that's unfortunate. Don't understand this call. Lose it. Several flags come in on that. So,
would this be a first game of the season?
Not quite sure.
7 guys all ended up in the same spot. The officials are over there going.
Oh, this is.
When you got a meeting of the minds like that, you're going, okay, I got this penalty, I got that penalty, and I got this other penalty.
So they're going to walk it off against the Tiger Cubs.
Legal lock in the back against the Tiger Cubs.
Yeah.
And that would happen behind the line of scrimmage, so that's going to be a 12-yard penalty.
Yeah, don't understand that call at all there. I mean, effective on the interior rush, and then you run the little, roll-out pass. Anyway.
1st and goal from the 13.
Athenians catch a break, see if they can capitalize on it. Got to have contain, drag him down from behind. Nice job by, that's Gertie's with the dragging Campbell down from behind. The clock's running here. We're down to 35 seconds to go.
Nobody's called timeout.
No timeout.
2nd and goal from the 12.
Tiger Cubs have won. I think 25 on the clock. Don't understand this. Oh, nice job. Picked off!
Just picked off at the 11. We'll see how far he can run it.
3rd. That would be Cale McCarty comes through with the big pick for the Athenians. So, again, the questionable call by the Tiger Cubs not to take the timeout and get themselves set. And McCarty comes through nice, just read that all the way. The ball floated, and he ran right through it and just took off. One Tiger Cub away from turning this into a tie ball game as time would have run out. So as it is, gets knocked out of bounds just shy of the 45-yard line, 12.4 seconds on the clock. And what you want to be careful of here is not to turn around and do something silly, give it back, but maybe if you catch the Tiger Cubs in shock, you might be able to get 2 plays off here if you run the first one to maybe an out to try and give McCarty a shot at the end zone.
Yep, and the Athenians do have 2 timeouts, so you can run just about anything you want.
So now the Athenians need 12.4 seconds. Still have not gone to the air. Oh, there they are.
And drops it. So could have been intercepted right back by, could have been 7-7 there. Dakota Campbell knocks the ball down. Hit him right in the square in the chest, so came through his hands. So 8.1 seconds.
Well, and there's just enough time. I mean, if you can get a first down, 25 yards downfield, you can kill the clock with a timeout and then just throw it into the end zone and see what happens.
Yeah, as you go for the penalty there.
Yep, but you got to get some yards here.
Yeah, because not going to be able to get it that far from this spot. The blitz. Got some room if he can get through. Nice job out there. That was, he called timeout.
Yep, Latre on the carry.
Timeout. So it was 44 out there. Weimer tried to put down the block to spring him, but it didn't happen. So time runs out. So although I'll let you get to the stats here. I'll give you a little bit of air cover with some jabbering. But so the Athenians go into the locker room having to feel pretty good about this. Got 3 turnovers, turned the ball over only 1 time, only down 7-0, and after giving up just a ton of yards to the Tiger Cubs, and really being, I would have to, not to be blunt, but just really ineffective on offense. We've had pretty much everything on the one play, just about. Yep,
that's right. It was a quick look at some of the numbers here. Greencastle rushed the ball 141 times on 26 attempts in the first half. Spread the ball around quite a bit. Fate ran the ball 13 times for 44. Campbell 3 for 25. Buttery came in for 4 effective carries and 42 yards in the second quarter. The quarterback Costin had 4 carries for 30, and he had the 6-yard touchdown run. So 141 yards on the ground for the Tiger Cubs. They added 70 yards in the air on a 2 for 8 performance by Costin, but Costin also had 2 interceptions. So 211 yards of offense for Greencastle in the first half, and their time of possession pretty substantial. I haven't had a chance to look. I'll run through the numbers if we get one more time out. But anyway, a bunch of yards. The Athenians ran the ball 47 times on 17 carries. Latre had 3 carries for 28, and then Gertie's had 7 carries for 14. McCarty 6 carries for 5. Weimer had 1 carry for no gain on the day. McCarty was only 0 for 2 passing, so no yards passing. So 211 total yards to 47 for the course of the ball game. 3 penalties against Crawfordsville. They had 1 on their offense, 2 on the special teams. 4 offensive penalties against the Tiger Cubs for a total of 32 yards. Both teams put the ball on the ground once and lost it. The other 2 turnovers came by picks, thrown by Costin and picked off one by Saunders, 1 by McCarty. Saunders punted the ball 3 times for a net of 42 yards. Costin punted the ball once for 25 yards. So it as you mentioned there, and it came down to there was one big play. Actually 2 good plays, 2 running plays, a couple of good third down conversions. The Athenians were 2 of 4 on third downs. Greencastle on the night so far 4 out of 6 on third downs, 0 for 1 on fourth down. So there we sit, 7-0 is our first quarter was kind of what we anticipated. Teams kind of getting used to their offenses, getting used to new players in new positions. Both these teams putting a lot of people in new positions. Both teams breaking in a new quarterback. Crawfordsville having to look to replace a lot of the total offense from last year. Greencastle having to replace, a couple extra linemen to go with that. I guess in the big picture, if you're a fan, you look at it and say, well, maybe Greencastle gets about a B- or a C+ in this first half, and the Athenians probably look at about a C- or a C. On that, they couldn't get a couple of guys loose. The running game is there, but you got to establish blocks and you got to hold blocks. Whether you're on the line or whether you're a running back coming in, you've got a very young and a very inexperienced quarterback, learning his way around it. A great athlete. I mean, my guy McCarty's a great athlete. He's a name we're going to be talking about for 3 more years in Crawfordsville sports in all levels: baseball, football, basketball. And I don't know if the kid wrestles or swims, but there's not going to be a sport that he's not involved with that we're not going to be talking about him over the course of time. So it's just it's a first game. It's the first half of a first game. So you say, did a lot of good things happen? Yeah, a few. Did a lot of bad things happen? A couple. So 7-0. Everybody walks away going, yeah, I guess I'm happy with that. Greencastle has got to be happy with a 7-0 lead, considering they had 3 turnovers that didn't result in any points. Crawfordsville, after allowing over 200 yards of total offense, has got to be happy, saying, hey, we're glad we're only down 7-0.
Yeah, I think, from the who feels lucky standpoint, it's got to be the Athenians right now, because certainly they could have been down, I would say, at this point, 2 more scores without any issue, maybe 3. I could easily see it being 28-0 at this point. So,
well, if they'd held on to the ball, or if Costin had made a couple of better decisions, it could easily be 21-0.
Yeah. So you see that and you think, okay, well, Crawfordsville, we've dodged the bullet, but I don't know. Kind of Greencastle shifted their attack there a little bit in the second quarter, so we'll see what happens. But so you probably just got a chance to see it there. Coach Welver put the camera on. The dance team did the halftime show there, so we're kind of down to nothing. I'm thinking, I don't know, unless you've got anything earth-shattering you want to share with the crowd, Jeff, we might take a break.
We can do that. Just a quick reminder, this is the beginning of a lot of airtime for the webcast program. There'll be more. Is every home football game, Coach Welliver? Most every home football game will be on. Every home varsity game. And every home 7th and 8th grade football game is going to be on the web, put on the web.
That's awesome.
So so a lot of folks getting some time in behind the mics, doing a lot of work with that. The Athenians next week are on the road for the varsity football team. They travel to West Vigo. We'll see how that goes. Everybody's in action tonight. It's the first night of a lot of Sagamore Conference. All the teams in Sagamore Conference are playing. There are no conference games. North Montgomery's at Benton Central. Southmont is home to Fountain Central. They literally got their new field ready by noon today. That was the last text we got at about noon, was that they were putting the last pins down. They got behind the 8 ball with some weather. A couple of months ago, and they've been, just going at it hard and heavy. So, but I'm sure they're looking forward to breaking in a turf field, just like this one here at Crawfordsville tonight. That'll give them an excellent facility, and they're set up much like here. Needing an all-purpose field for all of the junior high and all the varsity and junior varsity and all the practice that goes on. It will be a well-used place, just like it is here. So I know they're looking forward to that. That's the start of about a $6 or $8 million athletic renovation project down there. So over the course of the next several years, the baseball and softball fields are going to move completely. The soccer facilities are moving to another place. They're going to build a field house and concession stand areas. So they got a lot of stuff going on.
Wow.
So much like North Montgomery did about 10 years ago when they renovated a whole lot of stuff. And of course a lot of renovations and a lot of good work happened here. When the new turf field came in, et cetera, et cetera. So, but a lot of good things going on. The volleyball team got to five sets last night before losing in the 5th. But Coach Johnson was very, very, very pleased with how the team has improved from the first match until last night. So and that's a team that's coming off of an incredibly young squad, from last year.
Right.
So a lot of folks with experience coming back. So Coach Johnson is looking. She had some very, very positive things to say last night. So and she knows her way around. She's only been coaching for many years, and
I think she's probably second only to Coach Froge in tenure. I'm not sure.
Could be.
I don't want to get into a
Coach Froge and Coach Welliver. Yes. So Speaking of Coach Welliver, our executive producer producer and technical director. 7th and 8th grade on August 29th versus Frankfurt. That's our next webcast. So put your calendars down for that, folks. Mark it down and see the future Athenians. The next generation of varsity players who will be putting on the blue and gold and taking on Sagamore Conference foes. So,
and I give a bit of a technical tip on this because it seems to work well for me. I've gone to the YouTube channel and actually subscribed. And so what happens then is I get a notification on my cell phone when a broadcast starts. So if I want to watch on the cell phone or want to go over and sit down at the computer, I know that they're live. That's pretty handy. So if you want to go to the YouTube channel and subscribe, recommend that. A good way to keep up to date with all the things then that show up, whether it be football, baseball, and whatever else they decide to cover. I think you did some basketball.
Absolutely right. So
there you go. So yeah, we're obviously worldwide with being on the web, but it sounds like we're at least getting some eyeballs on us from around the U.S. Coach Welver says New York is watching, so that's always cool.
You always take that.
So anyway, but yeah, I'll get back to what you said about the volleyball team. It's young team last year, very frustrating season, a lot of growing going on, but you can already see glimmer of what's to come there. Good squad, very competitive. I think good chemistry, and definitely just going to get stronger as the season goes. So, got some good experience there. A little bit of youth around it as well. So, a lot of good things I think to come over the course of the season. And the other thing that changed this year that to a big benefit I think to the girls. Western Boone bumped down to 2A, and therefore no longer in our sectional.
Okay.
So reshuffling on that.
They looked really good last night against Southmont. Really good.
Not surprised. They're always a strong program. So
they got a nicely playing, and that always means something bad for your opponent.
Yeah. So. Strong, no doubt, but again, out of it as far as the sectional, and so who we brought in then is, I think, Greencastle, who we were competitive with last night, and then Benton Central comes in. It's traditionally a strong volleyball program, but maybe not as strong as they've been in the past. So I think it's Greencastle, Benton Central. I think Southmont moved into our sectional.
Yeah, because Southmont bumped up.
To 3A. Frankfurt and North Montgomery, if I'm not mistaken.
Right. No, I think you got that right on the nose. So, continuing on the thought, Aaron, and expanding it just a little bit more beyond volleyball, I'm looking forward to as a guy who follows Crawfordsville sports and follows all the county sports. But I think last year Crawfordsville's female sports, girls sports, I'm talking the major sports, volleyball in the fall, basketball in the winter, and softball in the springtime, all put their time in last year with a lot of new players, a new coach in one case with Coach Bean, but all those coaches are back. Tremendous amounts of depth are back on all three of those programs. Lots of volleyball players are back. Lots of basketball experiences coming back, and a gigantic amount of the softball players are all coming back. So they took their lumps, on a lot of levels last year. But sometimes you get beat up as a sophomore, as a freshman, it kind of turns you into an angry junior. And so I'm looking forward. Granted, the volleyball team is off to an 0-3 start, but they're 1-2. Excuse me. 1-2. But things, they're still putting people in place. And I think as a Crawfordsville fan, one of the things you want to look for this year is that they're starting off, all three of those sports are starting off at such a higher level from the very first day than they did last year. Last year everybody kind of, oh my gosh, it's just going to be a long, tough year. And to give the young athletes, give all the girls credit, they took their lumps and they came and practiced every day and they worked hard and they got better. They got a little bit better, a little bit better, and like the softball team by the end of last season was hitting the ball great, defensively, that's what they're working on this winter. But they're all back. Tons of them are back. Pitching's back. Volleyball, the setters are back. The servers are back. The hitters are back. The basketball program, the shooters are back. The rebounders are back. So everybody gets to start from a much higher level, and I think you're going to see a lot more success this year.
And won't Jasmine Hall be back this year for basketball as well? So you get another weapon.
Cross your fingers. I feel so bad for that poor girl. She's been so injury prone. Not prone. She's been bitten by injury bugs. I won't say she's prone to injuries. That's not the right word. But I hope for her sake, that she can stay injury free, and she would add a dynamic just a dynamic extra presence to the girls' sports.
Yeah,
so,
no doubt.
Yep.
She had a breakout sophomore season and
Right.
sat out all of last year as a junior. So
Yep.
certainly wished her the best at coming back for senior. But I think it's kind of like last year for girls' sports was a lot like vacation, where you lost your luggage on the flight down. You ended up having a good time. By it was all said and done. You're looking forward to coming back next year. And I think that's kind of where we're at right now. Is last year was the kind of lost luggage, but you ended up having a good time. You saw some pieces come together. Say, hey, this will be fun next year when we get to come back, and that's where we're at. That's where we're at this year with girls sports. So.
Greencastle, 140 yard. I'm giving some stats lessons. You'll have to take it over for a minute.
I'm not even going to take the bait on that one. So, anyway, yeah, we'll go with that. So, but the girls are in action tomorrow down at North Putnam. So we'll see again. Good chance to see some teams that actually get to play again later in the season. Start off with Mooresville, then they play Attica, and then they play North Putnam. So they get 3 matches in tomorrow down in south of us there. I'm not sure. I think who else is in action tomorrow? I guess probably. I think I read that the Hokum Karam over at Seeger, if I remember correctly, try to stay up on all those things too. But yeah, I think that's the last 2 teams to break into action, because golf is already rolling. Girls golf team, I think, is already rolling, and boys tennis has already played.
Yep.
Boys soccer's played. Girls soccer's played. I think that's everything. Cross country was the last one to start, so everybody's got a taste of a game situation after tomorrow. At this time.
Everybody's back to school. Everybody's back to action.
Yeah.
So Wabash College rings their freshmen in tomorrow. So the school year will officially be started everywhere in Montgomery County after all that's said and done tomorrow.
I did see quite a few of the graduates still in the stands here. Some of them still hanging around, maybe haven't officially started. So I think a lot of guys and gals are
probably heading out tomorrow.
Yeah, for Purdue. I think the freshmen have already been up there and had their big rally up in West Lafayette and down in Bloomington.
Yep, some orientation was going on.
So
I know I heard a couple guys saying they're heading to Indiana State tomorrow. So yes, indeed. Yes, indeed.
Down to the land of fighting trees.
That's right. Tall trees, big trees. So,
good crowd in the stands tonight supporting the Athenians. It was I thought maybe a little sparse when I walked in, but it continued to.
They were all still out tailgating.
Apparently, good for them. I saw that. It was kind of surprised me there for a second, because there's an awful lot of cars in the parking lot. But maybe it's just because the bleachers are so big.
That's it.
Spreads them out.
Everybody's got their own little spots. Traditional land grabs, So. No, indeed. Couple minutes back to action here. A few seconds left on the clock. The Athenians have the option to decide what to do here at the start of the second half, and obviously they will take the ball. Be really, really, really big from a momentum standpoint here, and just to get the ball and do anything. Whether you throw the ball, run the ball, or kick it downfield, and fall on it, just to get some yards, get some offensive rhythm, get some offensive momentum here going. So
yeah, you're correct, sir.
Yeah. And I hate it when I'm right.
Well, they need to come out and do something on offense here, because that's just haven't seen it. So
McCarty only 2 for 2 has only attempted 2 passes, 0 for those 2. So we'll see if the sophomore gets a little bit more of a green light, or if the Athenians stay with that run first, run second, run third, pass last, sort of game plan. One thing we just barely touched on, Aaron, before we get going in the second half, I got the starting lineups from the coaches, an hour or so before the game. One of the deals that I was incredibly impressed with is that the depth of this varsity squad, 5 starting offensive linemen, and the 4 starting defensive linemen were 9 different players.
Yeah.
There was not a single player that was going both ways on the line. And I think that's just a gigantic thing. You've got McCarty going both directions, Gertie's going both directions, as linebackers, Saunders, wide receiver and a safety, and then Latre, linebacker and a running back. So, but other than that, your big guys are all, Weimer did some both-way playing too, but when you can get your guys on the line, a rest, when the other squad is in, I think that's going to just keep your squad so much fresher into the fourth quarter, keep your legs so much fresher.
All right, well, I want to see 78 for the Athenians. Cesar Torres get in the game. 6'3", 315.
Well, I got bad news for you. He hasn't had enough practices yet. Because he was not on the roster, and I asked about him in that hour before breakup as we start the second half. He's got to practice this week before he can play.
I'm pulling for the big guy. I want to see him in there to do some damage. I don't know how I missed him before this, but just happened to catch him there on the sideline. That is one big human being that the Athenians are going to hopefully get a chance to bring to bear to stuff some guys or maybe clear out some holes for that inside running game. So. Yep. Looking forward to see him play down the road here.
Latre brings that kickoff back out to the 24-yard line, so the Athenians have an average starting line up here. First and 10 on 24. Second half gets going here, and let's cross our fingers.
Yeah, well, hopefully they went in and did a little chalk talk or whiteboard talk as it is anymore.
Or video talk.
Something. So right up the middle, a little more effective than it's been in the past. Good job by the line there, actually moving their guys out of the way.
That was Latre, fourth carry of the game.
Giving Latre, you'll take that all day, just 5 yards. So.
Sure thing.
And again, the difference there was the lineman didn't stuff him. He was able to get through to the second line of the defense there, and the backers were what stuffed him. So blitz coming. They're back to the well again. And again, there's
that's Gertie's this time.
Yeah, a little more of what we saw in the first half was that he's actually driven backwards for a slight loss on the play.
Statistically, we're going to stay with 5, however. Not that matters much. It's now third and a long 5 where it was second and a short 5.
Well, you're running the book, so I'll let you do what you need to do.
I'm getting a good warm-up in for my first NFL game is next weekend. So.
All right. You'll have to tell us where you're traveling to.
Tennessee. Got the Bears in Tennessee next weekend.
McCarty keeps the ball, trying to kind of snorkel behind the beef there, the O-line, but just couldn't break him free. Ends up, I don't know.
It's going to be a no gain again. Yeah. He's not going to make the 30-yard line, which means the Athenians are going to go 0-3 for the third time today.
Gonna have to figure something else out.
So be Saunders again. He cracked a 53-yarder last time.
Going to have a good snap back to him. Now he's moved back for a little bit deeper than he was on the last time he got the ball. So dangerous position here. And squibs it back to him. He's able to get it off just barely. That's got good momentum to roll. Oh, takes a nice bounce. Nice bounce.
Cam Saunders just living right, I'll tell you what.
Takes it all the way down to the 25-yard line. I don't think it went
45-yard punt, about 25 of it on a roll.
I was going to say, I don't think it went half that in the air.
No.
All right, we'll take it. So, defense back out to do their thing. 9 minutes and 50 seconds shown on the clock there in the third quarter. Sun just a few minutes away from sliding below the tree line there.
Thank God.
Yeah, I've actually started to feel just a little bit of a breeze coming in here too. But it's plenty toasty.
It's the sun in the face. That's what's been the cracker here.
Uh-oh, misdirection.
Literal misdirection.
Yeah, so a little bit of the Keystone Cop routine in the backfield there for the Tiger Cubs turns into a huge benefit for the Athenians. Loss of six on the play, so very good deal there.
Costin went one way, and his running guys went the other way, and then they both turned around and went the wrong way, and everybody ran in the middle.
Last time I saw something like that, it was Dancing with the Stars.
Yes. Second and 16.
Handoff again.
Buttery.
They get a hold of him. It doesn't get back to the original line of scrimmage. Nice job there. Kind of good push by the Greencastle line. Nobody for the D line and the Athenians even came close.
Nope.
He looked like he was going to go further than that, but then it kind of collapsed around him.
Gain of 4, 3rd and 12.
His two fixes when he's rushed the ball, trying to throw off the back lane. Let him take some time.
So you think this would be a passing down.
Mm-hmm.
Got all kinds of receivers split out here towards us.
Costin has 2 big receptions on 3rd down.
Nobody
Too far.
There. Yeah. So just chucked that one down the field, not even close to really anybody. And the play was well defended anyway. He had him on the over-under there with the...
He was throwing for tight end Jacob Meyer. That was his first target of the day. 3rd 3 and out for the Tiger Cubs.
Well, good job of the defense again. Pulls a rabbit out of its hat. Nobody back deep to receive. Coaches are hollering, get back, get back.
Somebody,
please.
Ooh, sun down. Going to be time to turn the lights on pretty quickly.
That's just a cloud.
All right.
Still feels good.
Yeah.
Easy on the eyeballs, too. Catch it and run. There we go. Nice job. No flags that I can see. Fielding that was number 3, Anthony Gonzalez for the Athenians. Nice job.
Yep.
Catching the ball cleanly and just kind of wandering forward there.
Yep, 35-yard punt and a 4
or 5 yard return.
About a 6-yard return, actually, by the time it's all said and done.
So the Athenians win the field position battle there. Actually, from where they gave the ball up on the last punt to now. Good little gain there.
Yeah.
Inside handoff again. Just not anything happening on that play. The O-line is just getting stood up.
Ooh, and Gerdes is not getting up either.
That would hurt if he's not available. So timeout on the field. Come out and see Gerdes.
Yep. Gerdes is officially going to get a yard based on where the head linesman is standing. That'll make it 2nd and 9 at the 48-yard line. Gerdes with that 1 yard. That's his 9th carry for a total of 15 yards. So he's really found the going tough and tougher in between the tackles.
Tough sledding in there. They basically have put 7 guys in the box, sometimes 8. Gerdes gets up. Maybe twisted ankle or something like that, maybe.
He's got a little bit of a limp, so it could mean a twisted knee, twisted ankle. That's better than the trainers come walking off holding his helmet. So, concussions are the biggest scare. He's favoring something on the right leg, so that could be anywhere from an ankle to a hammy. We'll just wait and see if we see number 10. He's out right now with 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter.
Doug Horton, I'm sure, taking a look at him, trying to work through that.
Yeah. Now, who will run that inside position?
Well, if I had a vote, I'd say nobody.
Yeah, it could be.
Let's try something on the outside. Gerdes, he's jogging it off there, so it seems like he's okay. Blitz.
It's the new guy.
Different face, same result.
It's Latre, 23.
Yeah. Basically lost a yard on the play, maybe 2. Makes it 3rd down and
we're going to go -1.
Long 10.
Yeah, long 10. $52 yards rushing on 22 carries. So the Athenians had a 2+ yards per attempt effort.
That's not going to cut it.
Yeah.
And as you mentioned, the lights do come on.
Yeah, and 34 of those yards came on 2 runs.
Yeah.
On 2 third down runs.
Yeah.
Another 3rd long for the Athenians. 4th time today they've been 3rd and 7 yards and are better to go. Is that Gerdes that came back in?
Gerdes came back in and immediately got hammered to the turf there on the inside running play. So, this was an art class. They'd get a low grade for creativity on the play calling. Sorry,
no gain. 4th and 10. Saunders' 5th punt.
This will be his 5th punt of the ball game.
Saunders, punter.
Nothing else to say.
Hopefully a better snap on this one.
Yeah, that has been an almost.
That's better. That one's end over end. Caught. Nice job by. Oh. Ball came.
And the ball's loose. Ball's loose.
Athenians have it, I think. The signal.
There's a lot of blue shirts are saying it belongs to them.
Yeah, he got good. So Campbell makes a nice catch, but it gets kind of pinballed around there a little bit and ends up coughing up the ball on a nice hit. One guy had him stood up, and another guy came in there and kind of sideswiped and put a helmet or a shoulder pad on the ball, and away it went.
So a new possession for Crawfordsville. Starts here with 5:58 to go. 4th Greencastle turnover. Pretty deep in Greencastle territory.
Coach Weber told me Hagemeyer was the one that hit it, maybe?
Okay.
Well, number 12, Noah Hagemeyer. So, again, Athenians catch a break. They're going to have to do something with it here. There's a nice, that's how you run the option there, right there. And now the Greencastle guy is slow to get up after putting a lick on McCarty, so not quite sure what happened there. So that's 87.
Yep. And Weimer was the guy that got around the bend for Crawfordsville. They're waiting to spot the ball yet. They have not moved the chains.
So
ball's finally down on the 24. That'll be an 8-yard run.
A cramp, maybe?
Should be 2nd and 2 for the Athenians. Only the 2nd carry for Weimer. 1st carry for no gain, and this one for 8 yards.
So the clock is stopped with 5:39 to go here in the 3rd quarter. The Athenians picked up 8 yards on first down. They have down to 24.
Oh, now. To me, this is borderline. This is like going out and having a conference on the mound, Coach, so your relief pitcher can get a couple extra warm-up pitches in.
Yeah. This is Meyer.
Stepping out.
Yep. Meyer is
going and talking about what the sign was. Come on, get off the field.
Yeah.
Let's play some ball.
Meyer limps off with a trainer in tow. Athenians ball after an 8-yard carry.
Took a little momentum away here, so.
Yeah, you fix that momentum by running a really good play here.
I was going to say, we've got the wide side of the field to us. Maybe we can swing one this way this time. Comes the blitz.
Ball's loose.
I was saying he was down. Whistle already. So.
Yeah.
I just have to feel like that you keep getting these gifts handed to you and don't take advantage of it. Sooner or later, the football gods are going to say, all right,
yep.
we've given you the chance. I'm not giving you any more. We're going to have to capitalize on one of these turnovers at some point.
Mm-hmm.
Blitz again.
McCarty keeps himself on the option still. He's ball. It looks like Athenians jumped on top of it.
McCarty kept the ball, ended up coughing it up, but the Athenians recovered.
Ball on it.
Yeah, really, I think he lost the ball after his forward momentum had already stopped. So, anyway. So that brings up 4th down and 6. Kind of to the point of the game and the position on the field where you're going to go for it. At this point, you have to trust between the luck you've had and the defense that you might as well go for it. And they do. Quick snap. McCarty rolls out. That's interference all the way. Throw the flag. There we go. Yeah. Can't run through the guy to defend the pass. So
you can run. You maybe can intercept it, but you sure can't do that.
No. So break for the Athenians there. That'll be a 1st down.
That'll be Crawfordsville's first down since early in the 2nd quarter. I'll give them the ball on the Greencastle See where they spot it here. Less than 15 yards. It's a... no, they're going to just mark the 15 off.
Yeah.
Well,
something like that.
Yeah, they're going to give him 14 of the 15 yards there. So the umpire had short steps. So
vertically challenged. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, I'll leave it at that. Yeah. You folks were watching on TV. You saw what I saw.
Misdirection doesn't amount to much. Is that? That's 10.
Yep. It's Gertie's.
Gertie's again. Just getting beat up in there on those inside plays. I think at this point, if you're the O-line, you almost take the approach of the D-line. If you're not going to block the guy, at least try and make a pile so he can't go knock the running back down. At least let him maybe bounce the ball to the outside. Try something. Seal off the defensive end and see if we can get a sweep or something. Inside again.
Gertie's.
Ball, coughs up the ball. No? He coughed up the ball.
He did.
So, there you go. It's got to be frustrating.
Yeah.
So Gertie's gives up the ball after getting bounced around again like a pinball in the machine there.
Yep.
So Greencastle gets the ball back at their 16, 17-yard line. Got to capitalize on those turnovers. Here comes the inside play. This is I was going to say Buttermaker.
Buttery.
Buttery, yeah.
Yep.
Buttery. Nice little gain there.
Out to the 20, gain of 3. 2nd and 7.
Here comes Fate comes back in.
Fate has not had a carry since he went out in the second quarter. So.
Yeah, not sure what happened there, but now you got Buttery over on the sideline hobbling a little bit.
Yep.
So just going to go by committee here.
Fate gets it.
Right to him. Nice job. 44 for the Athenians. Shoots through. Nice job by Jacob Weimer.
It's Weimer, yep.
Good play there. Getting off his blocker and able to just stay on his feet enough to make the play. Good stop there.
Yep.
So puts the Tiger Cubs third and
about 6.
Long 6.
They are 2 for 2 on this third and medium, which is 4, 5, or 6 yards.
Fate stays in. Going to pass the ball all the way. Rolls out. It's got room. Chucks the ball. Has the guy. Just completely overthrows him, though. Oh, well, adrenaline got the best of him there. He saw Dakota Campbell break wide open and set his feet and chucked it. And Campbell had kind of stopped to say, wave his arms, say, "Look at me." And if he'd have kept running, I think he'd be able to get under that. Probably would have been right at the out of bounds, though.
Mm-hmm.
So, again, the Athenians dodge the bullet, have an opportunity to get the ball back, turn the ball over, and then stop them on 3 plays. Deep snap. Short punt. It's not going to make it to the 50. And
now bounces over it. Yep.
So get the ball. Athenians get the ball at their own 49-yard line. So short field to work with.
30-yard punt.
Minute 25 on the clock here in the third quarter. Sun's down behind the trees. Actually kind of feels like a football game now. A little bit of cool air I can feel coming in through the windows. So we'll see here. Again, the Athenians just going to have to find something on offense. How many total yards do they have, Jeff? Just
53.
53 total yards.
Yep.
Going to have to, only down by a touchdown. Going to have to figure something out here. Too much reliance. Here comes the option. Gertis runs forward. Gets 6 on that one. So there's to the outside.
Yeah.
Seems to be open, and that's to the short side.
And Gertis is still down on the sideline.
Well, he tweaked that ankle earlier.
Yeah.
He's
No, that's Gertie's.
Where's Doug? Timeout.
No,
so they're going to have timeout here. He's not far enough off the field. So
gain of 5, 2nd and 5 for the Athenians.
Yeah, they slid that ball back. I was looking at where he slid forward to.
Yep.
So
we'll take a timeout. Well, with 1:19 left in the third quarter, the score is Greencastle 7 and Crawfordsville nothing.
So minute 19 left on the clock. Got an injury timeout on the field here. Gage Gertie's had a nice run.
Yep, he now has 13 carries, 17 yards on the game. Working awfully hard for a less than 2 yard average.
He does stand up on his own power.
Yep.
So looks like it's that same ankle. I just wonder if it rolled underneath him that time, the way he kind of going out of bounds there.
Okay. Update Southmont 7-6 over Fountain Central at the half.
All right.
Yes.
We have a scoring update. Halftime, Southmont leads, Fountain Central 7-6.
Good deal. Good to have the Mounties
Yep.
get one on the. I know the.
Well, they got Fountain Central last year. Was one of Fountain Central's 2 losses on the year.
Did not realize that.
Yep.
Still 7-6. Southmont with the lead over the Fountain Central.
So
Excuse me, 3. One of 3 losses because they lost to Southmont. They lost an oddball conference game, which left them tied with North Vermilion for the WRC championship, and then they lost in the regionals.
Yeah.
Throw deep.
What a catch!
First completion of the night. Season. Searing.
Yeah, I think the Greencastle defender was saying, hey, he was pulling on me, but I think the official said you pulled on him first.
Yep.
So
26 yards.
Levi Searing, the senior, 6 foot, 170 pound. Nice job by pulling that one in. So, way to go. Nice ball from McCarty, and Searing just ran under it, stayed focused. So, like to see that. Minute to go here in the third quarter. The Athenians threatening, ball right at the 20. Here comes the inside run.
23. Latre.
Barrels forward after being met at the line of scrimmage.
It's amazing what a 26-yard pass play can do to energize some tired legs on the line.
Yeah, but that's Latre working his
Yep.
way out there. Looks he kind of might have taken a
Yep, we'll give him 5, a short 5 to the 15.
nice run though. So
And actually, we'll go backwards. We'll give him 4 to the 16. Second down and 6.
yeah, tail of the ball's on the hash there.
Yeah, it's not NCAA or NFL stat keeping. We'll give him. We'll go backwards. 36 yards rushing for Latre.
Inside handoff again. Weimer on the inside there. 44. The big guys had a little bit more luck trying to get the ball around to the outside. So.
We'll get down to the 14-yard line, gain of 2. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Crawfordsville when we start the fourth quarter in a moment. The Athenians in the red zone for the first time tonight.
So again, here you're going to have to take advantage of the opportunities they've been given and clutch this one in. And the way things have gone, well, I don't know. I guess is the adage still, if you're at home, you play for the win, so you go for the 2, Jeff, you think?
Ooh, wow. If they score quickly, no. If you're comfortable with your kicking game, and now if you're not comfortable with your kicking game, then you go for 2. But at this juncture, this early, I take my chances and play with a tie.
Would have to say that that was when Latre came out. It looked like they were rubbing the back of his legs. You wonder here with some of the heat, you're getting a little dehydration, a little cramping going on with some of the skilled players that have been in on both sides of the ball.
Mm-hmm. A couple quick number looks. Crawfordsville's defense held Greencastle to 2 yards rushing in that quarter.
Amazing.
So they're 143 yards rushing on the day, and that 70 yards passing still stands. The Athenians ran the ball for 17 yards and passed for 26. So that was a net plus, for the Athenians offensively. But again, kept Greencastle out of the end zone. Forced another turnover on a fumble. 4 turnovers forced, and so however you stay in the game, it's how you stay in the game. And now they got the ball in the red zone, on a big third down where they have not had much luck today. 2 out of 7 on third down opportunities today for Crawfordsville.
See if with the wide side of the field to us here in the press box, maybe the Athenians will try and run something, string something out over here, and maybe roll McCarty out this way, try and take a shot at the end zone maybe even. I don't know. We'll see. See what they've got up their sleeves. Like to see them get a little bit of a gambler here.
Yep, and this is for absolute certain four down territory.
Oh yeah.
Last
time they were down this close, not even this close, they went for it on fourth down.
Right.
So you got 2 receivers split out here to the wide side, McCarty, and then he throws it, the fade. They caught it. Oh, it came out when he hit the ground. So McCarty throws that to the pylon, and I think that's a catch. But he threw it inside, so the receiver had to cut back in front and gave the defender a chance to break it up. But
that was Saunders who nearly brought in the circus catch.
Yep.
Sets up fourth down.
So here
on the previous drive, a fourth down penalty by Greencastle kept the drive alive.
Yeah, and here you're at less than 5 yards, so if you were able to draw them off sides, you could.
Timeout, Crawfordsville.
Yeah, it's good. I agree with this. You got all 3 of your timeouts. You got an opportunity here to give yourself a first down or a touchdown. Mm-hmm. Make sure.
And one of 2 things happened here, and because Coach Getz called the timeout, the play clock was running down. Whether he saw it or whether McCarty saw it, I don't know. So I'm not sure if it was that they were slow getting the play in to the huddle or if they were slow getting it called. But I think that was as much of anything a play clock problem as it was going, well, hey, let's double check. Now, could easily have been that he didn't like the formation that was coming out and he called it anyway, but I know the play clock was getting down close to danger territory when he signaled for the timeout.
Yeah, no, I didn't see anything as far as personnel wise.
No.
Looked like the guys were set. There was just didn't want to make it 4th and 9 versus 4th and 4.
Yeah, and it goes right back to what you said. You got 3 timeouts right there. This is a spot where we absolutely want to go ahead and use one. So but like I said, I don't know so much if it was a situation of I don't like the call we made in the first place. I think it was we don't have time to get the call developed. So, but we've got it set up all over again. 4th and 4.
Find out here in a second. See if they come back with the same formation. Looks like they're going to. Saunders all the way out towards us here. McCarty with the pitch. He's going to have to hustle if he gets the corner. Nope. Short.
Latre just could not get that last corner turned.
Nope.
He's going to be a yard short. He's fully a yard short.
Yep.
So.
Well, here's where your defense, see if they can step up one more time tonight. Greencastle only had 2 yards in the third quarter?
Yeah, 2 rushing yards.
2 yards. So huge turnaround for the defense. Good adjustment. And I think more than anything, just willpower. Those guys just said, hey, we're tired of getting pushed around and stepped up and did the job. So see if they can find some magic here. Another turnover would be nice. Weimer. Blitz.
We got whistles and flags.
Yeah, I think we had a false start.
Yep, this will go against. They only kill the play against the offense, so that will turn a 1st and 10 into a 1st and 15 and move the Tiger Cubs back to the 7.
Yeah, inside the 10-yard line there. And so here's where you want to hold them and force them to kick out of their own end zone, win the field, or hopefully they did have the one bad snap on the shotgun. So just keep the pressure on him here. And that was Weimer from his inside linebacker position there, number 44, going up and dancing over the tackle. So got everybody to flinch. So everybody comes set. Snap.
Quarterback.
And a nice play there. Who's that? Saunders, I think. No. McCarty came up McCarty from his outside linebacker spot, steps up and trips Costin in the backfield, and he falls down at the 9.
Yep, gain of 2 makes it a 2nd down and 13 now.
And that's probably a good shoestring to grab right there, because I think if Costin gets loose, he's going to go for about 15 or 20 down the sideline.
Yeah, the inside handoff fake bought everybody, bought all the interior people.
And for good reason. It's been there all night.
Yep.
So this is, ball on the turf. Pitch, should be able to close this in. Stuffing back at the 2-yard line. Nice job by the defense there. Ball hits the turf, and Costin still pitches the ball outside.
He just said, I don't want it. So he gave it to Campbell, and Campbell's going to end up losing about, where are we spotting it? Ball's on the 4, so that's a loss of 5. Now it's 3rd and 18.
So here's where you've got to have your D-line be smart, get in there, disrupt the play, but keep contained. Don't do anything stupid by hitting him late, and let the DBs do what they've been doing all night, and they've been able to keep the guys covered. Inside handoff. Yep. That's just a matter of Greencastle being conservative there.
Getting some room for a punter.
Yep. Not wanting to take a chance on another interception
here.
Yep,
that was fate.
So he's able to bull his way out to about the 11.
Yep, gain of 7 makes it 4th and 11.
Take that all day.
Yeah, especially when it's 3rd and 18.
So again, Crawfordsville defense rises to the occasion. So here, 9:43 on the clock as he gets ready to punt. Yard or 2 deep in his own end zone. Short kick, end over end.
Get out of the way.
Oh, it takes a Greencastle bounce, but
midfield +1.
Just rolls over midfield.
Yep. 40 yards. 40 yards on the kick.
Ball hit just about the 40-yard line and rolled forward for a little bit more. So now Athenians, 9.5 minutes, 51 yards, and an opportunity to tie the game.
Yep, this is exactly where they took over their last possession, their own 49-yard line. A series of downs that ended on 4th down and not getting in.
You have to think here just a little bit, the tide's turned, because now Greencastle's defense has been on the field a little bit more this half, so maybe we can take advantage kind of where McCarty
he wanted to make the pitch, but the outside blitzing linebacker took it away from him.
All right, well, he saw him coming, and I think he tried to duck, and I'm not so sure that his ankle or his knee didn't buckle on him there.
Yeah, loss of 4.
So, he tried to get under the backer there, and he's limping a little bit.
McCarty now 9 carries on the night for a net of 0.
Comes the blitz again. Inside handoff right into the teeth of that blitz. So I'm reminded of the story when I heard it when I was a kid that I can't remember who it was, but the Houston Oilers at the time, who evolved into the Tennessee Titans, for younger folks listening, had Earl Campbell. And I don't remember who they were playing, but they basically said, we're not going to let Earl Campbell beat us. We want 6 helmets to hit him every time he touches the ball.
Yep.
And that's kind of what's happening on this inside run game tonight for the Athenians. There's 6 guys every time. A little rollout, nice block, nice pass, and ball hits the turf. So
that was Lutton, I believe, the intended receiver out there, 14.
So like the thought there, but puts the Athenians in 4th down and 14. So just under 8 minutes to play. They'll be punting away this time, I'm sure. So Saunders, is this 8 or 9 on the night?
This will actually be number 7.
Oh, I thought he had 7 before. Good snap. Good kick. Oh.
Kicks it out of bounds.
Goes out of bounds. Bad read by me.
Boy, it's out at the 34. That's only a 20-yard punt. We've had, I believe, 6 consecutive 3-and-outs now, with the exception of one Crawfordsville push down to the towards the end zone.
Oh. And this is probably chucked this up to what you said earlier, as far as you've got a lot of turnover at your key personnel on both teams. First game of the year, so you're not finding good rhythm and nobody really establishing themselves here in the second half.
Yep. Fate
starts inside, bounces outside. Nice job by the Athenians to string that play out and then do what you have to do. Clamp him down, holds him to a short gain there, a little bit. Call it 2.
Oh, you got a Crawfordsville player, I think, just cramped up. I mean, he was nowhere. That's Weimer.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's favoring that back right leg. This is the point in time where, and he is one of the guys playing both ways.
Yeah.
Linebacker and running back.
That's where the sniper there.
Yep. Gain of 2, 2nd and 8 on the 36.
So second down, call it 8 for the Tiger Cubs. Athenian defense trying to do what they've been doing basically all night. Bend but don't break. Oh, that's Buttery back in. Stays on his feet. That's a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, we'll get it here in a second. It's 14 to midfield.
So all the Athenians are cramping up now.
Yeah.
I see 2 guys out there grabbing their legs. 3 now.
3. Yep, that's a 15-yard gain.
Yeah, so Buttery, good contact initially, but he's just shifty. He was able to dance and dart and stay on his feet, keep his legs moving, and next thing you know, he's 15 yards downfield.
Yep. And that is, Aaron, the 6th run of 15 yards or better tonight for Greencastle.
You got to cut back on those. That was something I was. It's not a big play, but it's still it's enough to make a difference.
Yes. Well, it's a total, because number one, it gives you a fresh set of downs, keeps your offense on the field. You're up 7-0. I mean, that's what you want. If you're holding on to a 1-point lead or a 101-point lead, you want the football.
Yeah.
The other guys can't score if you're holding on to it. So, that's we've seen that happen from the Pee Wee level to the NFL level. You get that last drive, you got 2 minutes to go, the other guy's got a couple of timeouts to use. Well, you know what? A couple of first downs will win you the ball game. And Crawfordsville's got a couple of timeouts left, but if Greencastle's got the ball and they can run the ball effectively, get a handful of first downs, then they're in the driver's seat.
The clock is wound. We're down to just over 7 minutes to go in the game. Oh! Nice. Oh, there we go. There's a break. So the ball slips through Costin's hands on the snap. He's able to keep possession of it, but it gives the defense enough time to get in and sack him basically on the rebound there. Yep. So give Costin a rebound, but then
that's right.
Give the Athenians a takedown. So
-7 on that.
Got to make that one hurt. 2nd and 17.
Yes, indeed.
Puts them all the way back to the 44-yard line. There's Buttery again, the play that got 15 yards last time.
5-8. It's about 10. 6-11.
So gets it down to
14.
3rd and short.
Yep.
Goodness gracious.
3rd and 3.
Buttery, 5'6", 155. Junior is Buttery.
8 carries, 78 yards now.
Again, if he's, I'll put him and McCarty must be using the same scale.
Yes. Huge third down. Huge third down.
Gotta stuff him here. I guess is the inside run play. Oh, surprise. There it is. Buttery in the middle.
First down.
First down and more. Fresh set of downs. Keeps the ball inbounds, so once the chains are set, we'll start the clock.
Gain of 7.
5.5 minutes to go in the game. Ball down right on the 35-yard line. 85
yards rushing now for Buttery. Costin keeps
it. Keeps a hold of it. Gets 4 yards if they give him the spot.
4, maybe the bounce.
Yeah.
Nope, no bounce. Gain of 4. 2 and 6. Crawfordsville 31-yard line.
5 minutes on the clock. Gonna have to step up here, fellas. Got to get a stop. Give your offense a chance to try and do something.
Yep, that's why that last third down was so big. Because if you'd have gotten the ball back with a lot of time.
Well, and a chance at better field position too here. You got to figure that Greencastle is probably going to go 4 downs here just to take time off the clock versus that punt. Buttery says, I'm not even going to make you have to worry about that. Goes forward, gets the first down.
Are they going to move the chains?
Yep.
Yes. Now they're actually going to give him 7. 92 yards now for Buttery. Didn't have a carry in the first quarter.
Yeah, he's making it look easy here.
Yeah, he's found the seam. 10 carries, 92 yards, 9.2 averages is definitely the way you want to have one of your reserves playing.
Costin doing his best to give us opportunities here. But so he loses 3, almost 4 yards on the play.
Let's see where he spots it. And he spotted on the 28. It's going to be a -4.
Yeah.
Second and 14.
So it wasn't really a bad snap. I think he just took his eye off of it.
That's right. Eye off the prize. That was the 41st carry for Greencastle. They have loved the run. They have thrown the ball twice this half.
Costin again, trying to strip the ball in there. He slides forward, gets the ball.
Crawfordsville player down. Is that Weimer again?
Yeah. Weimer was in on the tackle. I'm not so sure he didn't catch a knee up into the sternum on that.
Yep. Ball at the 22, gain of 6. 3rd and 8 for Greencastle.
No, maybe cramp again.
Greencastle is at Cloverdale next Friday. They play all their geographical rivalries through the course of the football season.
Okay. So you got what?
Timeout White. Timeout Greencastle.
Interesting call.
Well, they got a big third. They got a 3rd and 8 coming up. And if they can get a first down on this thing, they'll either force Crawfordsville to use all their timeouts, or they'll run the ball. They can literally get the clock down to about a minute 10. So there'll be some combination of the two. Coach Getz, I'm sure, does not want to give up all his timeouts, but he may have no choice. In a series of games where you say, well, this big play, this may be the last big play offensively for Greencastle.
Yep.
If they can convert here, they can put Crawfordsville in such a hole that there may not be time to recover.
Right, we've only got two timeouts remaining, right?
Yep. This is the 10th play of the drive coming up, by the way.
Oh,
everybody jumped. Everybody jumped.
Goodness gracious. So, whoever was over there at tight end on the far side of the field was a little excited.
Yeah, well, I think the quarterback said on 2, and the center heard on 3. So that is the 7th Greencastle penalty. 6 of them have been against their offense.
I think that was, hey, we're going to throw the ball. I want to make sure I get to where the sticks are.
Yeah, but that makes it a much tougher 3rd and 13.
Probably didn't change the play call here. Throwing it all the way.
Blitz coming.
Run him down. That's
Costin.
Didn't get it.
He's short of the sticks, but he's going to give himself a makeable 4th down, and Crawfordsville gets him out of bounds to stop the clock.
That was 23, Latreille trying to chase him down in the backfield. Costin just too fast.
Yep, 11-yard gain. 4th and 2 on the Crawfordsville 16-yard line.
Had him for about a 15-yard loss.
Yeah.
So I think Costin ran about 40 yards to get 11.
Yep, and that puts Greencastle over 200 yards rushing for the night. Oh, field goal attempt.
Wow.
It's this guy. 32-yard attempt.
That's not even... Got it.
Number 4.
Evan Crow. 5'5", 135. Senior. That's a big field goal right there. And he had plenty of leg on that one, too. And half for a tough kick, too, for all the way from the hash over there. So on a bit of a short field, so nice job by young Mr. Crow to come in and give the Tiger Cubs a cushion. Turned into a two-score ball game for the Athenians now with 3 minutes and 3 seconds to go.
Yep, that is a 12-play, 50-yard drive, and it took 4 minutes and 47 seconds. And the running game came back on that drive.
Yep.
You know, we talked about 11 plays all on the ground, and the 12th play was the field goal. Greencastle now over 200 yards rushing on the day, plus the 70 yards passing. So they're standing at about 274 total yards on the game. Crawfordsville 63 yards rushing and 1 pass completion for 26. So not to 100 yards yet are the Athenians offensively.
Well, here comes the kickoff. We've got a different place kicker. This is number 5. Goes out of bounds. And we're going to have a penalty.
There'll be a penalty on the ball going out of bounds, so the Athenians should take over at their own 40.
I wasn't so sure he wasn't going to throw the flag there. Kind of unnecessary roughness. One of the Greencastle guys just mowed down one of the Crawfordsville guys over there on the far sideline. So that was Hector Lazama, sophomore for Greencastle, kicked that one off.
Okay. I believe he's the guy who kicked the extra point.
Makes sense.
Athenians have it at their own. Excuse me. It's the 40-yard line for college. It's the 35-yard line for high school. McCarty tripped up by the turf.
Clock continues to run here, under 3 minutes to go.
McCarty downed at the 26, minus 9.
Wow.
2nd and 19.
Wow, that is a big loss. All the way back to the 26-yard line. Here's the snap. McCarty almost gets run.
McCarty throwing for his life.
Almost intercepted.
Incomplete pass.
So over one defender and in front of another one there,
Yep.
but really nobody even close for the blue and gold. So,
Yep.
and a hard pass to make when you're
on the fly.
Yeah, running for your life there.
Levi Searing was in the vicinity, but that was about it.
So third down and 19.
Yeah, this is you need to get at least half or more of this. You got to get somewhere between the 35 and 40 yard line to give yourself a decent attempt on fourth down.
Yeah. So keep one guy in. McCarty throws
long
it.
pass. Yeah.
There is a mistake there as he misread.
Saunders was the deepest man.
Yeah, I think if McCarty throws that ball towards the sideline over here, I think Saunders had a seam.
Mm-hmm.
He just needed to have a little bit less air under it.
Well, the other part of it is he didn't have very much time to throw it. He has been under serious duress.
Kale might have a little bit of a hard time seeing over the guys from Greencastle are so tall, and
he's not the tallest guy in the field.
Not the biggest guy out there, so he might have had a hard time seeing where Saunders was at that point. There he is again.
Throwing it up for grabs.
That's a first down.
Yep, big catch.
Unbelievable, because you could have called interference on that.
Gonzalez, number 3, Gonzalez.
Because they tried to mow Saunders down.
Yep.
So 2 minutes and 9 seconds. Snap the ball. McCarty again rolling out to his right, throws the ball. Oh, what a beautiful pass, beautiful catch. That's to...
Is that Gonzalez again?
Gonzalez is...
Number 3 again?
No, is it 3 or 7?
Nope. 7 is your quarterback.
That's right, never mind. I think they're going to...
No, this is coming back. I got a penalty.
What was it? Is it a flag? No, they threw it back.
Flags 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be a hold.
Holding. Yep. Ugh. What a great play, and to have it negated by that.
Yep, that was a 22-yard completion, by the way, to Gonzalez back there.
And then another, that would have been 9 right there, so doggone it. So
goes from second and 9 to first and 20.
Throwing the ball deep again.
He's
catches there, stays on his feet, still going. So Searing makes the catch.
Searing.
So that's just, quite honestly, that's all on the receiver right there, because that ball was hung up there forever and wobbled, and Searing just stayed focused and went and got
plus
it.
31, first and 10.
Minute and a half. McCarty rolling out again, throws the ball, nobody there.
Complete.
I'll stop the clock with 1:31 to go in the game.
Not the worst thing in the world. Getting the clock stopped, I think, is probably more important than picking up 8 or 9 yards.
Yeah. So the only benefit to keeping things rolling here is we kind of got Greencastle.
Yeah.
We've been trying to pound the ball in the middle so much. Now we're rolling out and throwing the ball. It's got them on their heels just a little bit.
We'll see if they drop a couple guys back in coverage now. They've got a touchdown to play with. They need the clock to run. They don't need to worry about who scores.
That's picked off.
That one, he just threw that one up for grabs, and it is going to be picked off. The interception, and that
So minute 25 to go. Greencastle gets the ball at their own 25-yard line with the interception there.
At their own 25-yard line. Well, the Athenians, they gave it what they could.
But what you take away from that there is maybe you see some things on the tape to help you out for next week as far as the rollout and the passing game. So maybe a little short, little dink and dunk there. You kind of nibble at it. Maybe you spread things out so you can get back to the
We'll take a timeout.
Costin in the victory formation takes a knee. He'll lose.
Crawfordsville immediately takes a timeout, leaves them with 1.
The BRT scoreboard is technically
Loss of 1.
Second and 11.
you're listening to Montgomery County High School football. Under with a 3-point time. That's 30
So, if it plays out like this, Jeff, Greencastle will have to punt the ball.
Well, it's second and 11. Yeah, because the Athenians have a timeout to go, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So if they take the knee again,
which they
going
will.
to.
Costin takes a knee.
And there's the timeout. Oh, whoa. Put the time back on the clock, fellas. No?
Make it 3rd and 12.
Oh, that's right. They took the one down here. That's right. They took. I thought they had 2 left. They only had the 1. My mistake. So
I was looking at the wrong part of the scoreboard. Yep. So the Athenians are out of timeouts.
Yeah.
Costin will take the knee one more time, and that will take Greencastle to under 200 yards rushing to 199.
That's it. So they do not have to run another play.
Nope.
So the final score here tonight at the Athenian football field is going to be 10 for the Greencastle Tiger Cubs and 0 for the Athenians. So good night for the defense, all things considered. We're out on the field a bulk of the game. Did make some good adjustments in the third quarter, held the Tiger Cubs to just 2 yards total offense in the third quarter, but a long drive there at the end of the game allowed the Greencastle to kick the field goal to really kind of put the game out of reach with just a little bit of time left on the clock in the third quarter.
Yep,
so
that's exactly right. We can run down three of the numbers here, Aaron, as Crawfordsville loses the opening game of the season. They are 0-1 now. That's their second consecutive loss to Greencastle in Week 1 after a 27-20 loss last season at the Tiger Cubs' home. The Athenians on the night ran the ball 35 times, managed only a net of 54 yards, so only about a 1.3 yards per carry average on the ball game. The leading ball carrier for Crawfordsville was Stephen Latre. He had 7 carries for 38 yards, followed by Gage Gerdes, who had 14 carries for 18 yards. Jacob Weimer was 4 carries for 7, and then at the quarterback position, Cale McCarty ended up with a couple of sacks, and sacks come off your rushing yards. So for the night, McCarty was 10 carries for -9, a total of 35 attempts, 54 yards for the Athenians. McCarty had all the pass attempts tonight. He finished 3 for 11 on the night with an interception for 79 total yards. He had 3 different receivers. Searing had a catch for 26. Gonzalez had 1 for 22. And the third catch came from, Searing had 2 catches for a total of 57 yards. So the long ball, was a bit in favor for Crawfordsville, but it's just a matter of getting the ball to those wide receivers. So 3 catches for those 79 yards. So a total of 133 yards offensively tonight for Crawfordsville. 54 on the ground, 79 on 3 completions for 133. The Tiger Cubs finished with only 2 completions, as Alex Costin had 2 completions in the first half and a total of 10 attempts, only 2 in the second half. So he had 2 completions and 2 interceptions, total of 70 yards. They ran the ball 46 times for a net of 199. Coming in the second 3 quarters of the ball game was Aaron Buttery. He's the leading ground gainer tonight, 10 carries for 92 yards. The big ground workhorse in the first half was Andrew Fate.
Yep.
He finished the game 16 carries for 54 yards. Other guys carried the ball also. Quarterback Alex Costin was 14 for 33, and Dakota Campbell was 4 for 20. One carry also early in the ball game for running back Kai Thomas, 1 for 4. So 199 on the game to go along with 70 yards rushing, 269 yards of total offense for the Tiger Cubs, 136 better than the Athenians. Crawfordsville had only 3 penalties in the ball game, none in the second half, 1 on offense, 2 on special teams for a total of 20 yards. Greencastle was whistled or flagged for 7 penalties for a total of 56 yards. Total today, there were 3 turnovers for Crawfordsville. They lost 2 fumbles and threw a pick. That pick came late in the ball game. Greencastle had 4 turnovers in the ball game, 2 interceptions, 1 by McCarty, 1 by Saunders, and then 2 lost fumbles. But none of them turned into points, obviously, for Crawfordsville as they went scoreless on the night. Big night offensively for Greencastle as they finished the ball game with 6 running plays of 15 yards or better, and they were 5 tonight. They were 5 out of 11 on third down. So they kept their drives going, and it was a big factor for them. They kept the ball more, kept the ball longer. That's what turns into a 10-0 win.
Well, the good news is there's some tape here that they'll be able to build off of. I saw some good things on defense, made some good adjustments. I still think your interior linemen have got to get down more, make some piles, give your backers a chance to scrape on some of those guys. They were eating us up early with the inside run, and then they're late. They started bouncing. The guys started to wear down a little bit, started bouncing the plays outside. We weren't getting good wrap up and good pursuit there to finish off.
Yeah, it's that whole first game deal. You say, oh, we got to go back and look at some tapes. In the big picture, Crawford will come back and say there were a lot of things we did well. And you just mentioned there were a couple they needed to wrap up at the line.
Yep.
There were some offensive things that didn't happen. On the line, and a couple defensive things. And so does line play need to be adjusted? Do individuals need to be adjusted? I mean, those are questions that coaches will answer through the course of the next week of practice.
Yeah.
But in the big picture, you say, yeah, you know what, it was we did some pretty good things, but we just never got on the scoreboard. Couple opportunities, had a red zone, didn't get in, had 4 turnovers, 4 takeaways, but couldn't put any points on the board from that. So, positives there. Got to work on the positives and make more things happen.
You got to capitalize when the other team makes mistakes, and that's what we didn't see tonight. And again, key personnel. New guys playing tonight for the Athenians. Again, you look at this, you say, here's a team that you would expect to get better over the course of the season. So as the guys get comfortable in their roles, get comfortable in an offense, and again, the coaches kind of get the chance to see these guys live because practice is not the same. So game speed, game reps make all the difference, and so you see some good positives here. So hopefully the Athenians, they can pull one out next week and even up the record at 1-1. Where are they going to be playing again?
At West Vigo next week.
At West Vigo.
That's right.
The West Vigo Vikings.
We're down to Vigo County, as they say. So I know we won't have that game on a webcast, so I would invite all of the Crawfordsville area listeners to join in. I'm going to jump in with Billy R. on the radio broadcast next week on 103.9. So invite everybody to tune into that. Next webcast is the next home game in a couple weeks. Coach Welliver, correct? Next webcast? 29th. That's 7th and 8th grade, next varsity. 2 weeks from tonight. Very good. Very good.
I won't be over at West Vigo. I will be at Terre Haute on Friday night, but good luck. Travel safe back and forth, Mr. Nelson, and enjoy your NFL journey if I don't talk to you before then.
I'm Vigo County on Friday and Nashville, Tennessee on the weekend.
There you go. At least headed the right direction.
That's right.
All right, I don't think I have anything else, so we're going to wrap it up for tonight. For Jeff Nelson and this is Aaron Wendland, wishing you all the best, and tune in for the next broadcast here for the Athenians football. Take care and good night.